next topic address that we have, which is height restrictions in funnel zones, after which we will be discussing 3320B and 3326 scheme simplified, and then we have the main panel discussion between architects and advocates. So there are some really interesting panel discussions. Requesting all of you all do not stay back. It's going to be super power-packed with a lot of knowledge series here. With that being said, I think let's move on to the next topic, which is height restrictions in funnel zones. And to actually decode the technicalities, let's welcome on the stage Captain Deviprasad Shetty and Captain Tushar Dalal, Aviation Experts and Partners at Airodynamiks. And let's welcome our two captains with a big round of applause. Are they around? Yes, there they are. Captain Deviprasad Shetty and Captain Tushar Dalal. May I request you to kindly join us on stage? Advocate Amit, you are flocked by so many people. I am sure that's a good thing to have. That's a good problem to have when an advocate is flocked by so many society people. Advocate Amit, just one small request. May I request you to kindly join us towards the side here, and you can address all of their queries one by one. May we request you to kindly take this towards the left, please. And to all the society members back here, please feel free. See, the Credai, MCHI are the direct authorities. Feel free to write to us, which is secretariat@mchi.net.
ये जो अगला सेशन होने वाला है, कैन द वॉल्यूम गो अप प्लीज? वॉल्यूम। ये जो अगला सेशन होने वाला है, जब आप हर बार पूछते हो कि मेरी बिल्डिंग को क्या हाइट मिलेगा, 55 मीटर मिलेगा, 25 मीटर मिलेगा, 100 मीटर मिलेगा, आपको इससे क्लैरिटी मिलेगी कि आपकी बिल्डिंग को क्या हाइट मिल सकती है. सो आप ये सेशन ज़रूर सुनिए.
Thank you so much, Nawashish. A very good day to you all, captains. I hope you all are ready.
All ready?
Yes, all ready? May we request all of the society members, the ones who wish to understand more about height restrictions, please settle down. Please settle down. I think it becomes a lot more easier. We've got these prolific speakers that have come in different spheres just to address these issues. Captain, the stage is all yours.
Thank you.
Take it over.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to introduce ourselves, myself, Deviprasad Shetty, and Captain Tushar Dalal.
Good evening to all.
We'll just give you a small insight on how the heights have been granted, civil aviation heights have been granted in the city of Mumbai and other parts of the country. Let us start. I'll start with a small introduction of aerodynamics. In India, rapidly evolving construction landscape, we identified a critical gap: the absence of a professional guidance on building height regulations and technical compliances, particularly concerning aviation safety and urban development. For years, the construction community has been struggling with the complex regulatory requirements and technical specification governing building heights. These challenges often led to project delays, compliance issues, and missed opportunities for sustainable development. This is where the Airodynamics was born. We assembled a team of international recognized experts, bringing together decades of combined experience in the field of aviation, aerodrome design and operations. Our professional understanding not only of just the regulations but the intricate relationship between urban development and aviation safety is what we brought on board. Okay. So what is this redevelopment and the urban push? Mumbai is witnessing a massive wave of redevelopment driven by the need for better infrastructure, safer buildings, and increased housing demand. Housing societies across the city are looking to maximize FSI and to build taller structures to accommodate modern living needs. For this, you need the height. And the height factor, however, the restriction often becomes a roadblock, especially in the areas close to airport and air traffic paths. These restrictions are not only just urban planning decisions, they stem from the aviation safety regulations imposed by the Ministry of Civil Aviation all over India, not only to the city of Mumbai, but it is a pan across India. They have the same rules and regulations. Why this session is a serious it matters. Many societies are unaware with these limitations until the late redevelopment process, causing delays, plan changes, and financial losses. This session aims to educate and empower societies and PMCs to understand the plan and navigate the regulatory environment around the building heights. What are the height restrictions? A small brief on it as to why. The definition. Height restrictions are limits imposed on the maximum height of a building or a structure in a given location. These are enforced. These are enforced to ensure flight safety, operations around the airports and along airport approach paths and departure paths. Why do they exist? To prevent airspace obstruction, active around the airports, around active airports to ensure radar visibility, avoid interference and navigational aids, to safeguard flight safety standards, takeoff, landing, and circling. So the most important thing is who regulates these building heights. The building heights is imposed by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, and they have designated the Director General of Civil Aviation to formulate rules and regulations to meet with the international safety standards and aircraft operations. And DGCA has formulated the rules along with the Ministry of Civil Aviation. DGCA has then asked Airport Authority of India to enforce these rules as they are operating most of the airports, and where Airport Authority is not in control of the airport, the individual airport operator is verifying and doing these activities on behalf of the Government of India. In Mumbai city, it is MIAL, that is the Mumbai International Airport Limited. The types of restrictions that we see and that affects building heights are basically in the funnel zone, obstacle limitation surface, radar and communication interference surface. I think the pressing topic is now with the newspapers covering and with the new regulation coming on the funnel zone, we thought we'll just highlight a bit on this funnel zone. Why does it matter? Building in this zone must not exceed a specific height as they may impose a threat to the aircraft safety. The closer a plot to the center of the funnel or the runway, the stricter the height restriction. So that is why most of the plots on the funnel zone are not able to be developed or they are not feasible, and the government has come up with some initiative as to how they can compensate these developers and try to make it a feasible redevelopment process. How does it affect redevelopment? Societies located in the funnel zone may face significant height limitations, sometimes even lower than the full FSI potential. Municipal authorities cannot approve these plans, height clearance, unless the height clearance is obtained from the Airport Authority of India. The key impacted areas in Mumbai are Santa Cruz, Vileparle, Andheri, Kurla, Chembur, Ghatkopar, and Dahisar because of the new HF restriction. We will cover that topic in some time. Role of the NOC and other regulatory operators. NOC is issued by the Airport Authority of India. It certifies that the proposed building does not interfere with the flight operations or aircraft safety systems. Without AI NOC, proposals won't be approved. It is mandatory document before obtaining a IOD commencement certificate. It determines the maximum height your building height in order to consume the maximum FSI. Can we overcome this height restriction? Is there any way? I don't think there is any way unless until there is a detailed technical study or there is an initial process where the airport authorities, they have a CCZM, map of a CCZM, where you can go on the AI website and check what is your height with respect to the CCZM. If you're not satisfied with that, then you can go to the next process of going to the Airport Authority of India at the regional office and get a height by giving them the various documentation. If you're not satisfied with that height, then you can appeal that height by going to Delhi to the to the chairman of the appellate committee, and then you can seek that higher height. But your plot or the site building has to be eligible for that height, and then there is a process to go to the same, which is very clearly defined in the GSRs. This just tells you how you can go about doing a height. That we can go on the AI NOCAS portal, where you can go and apply by submitting the key documents like the site coordinates, the site elevation, the proposed building height, and the site plan and drawings. So once you submit this, AI will verify all the data that is given to you, and then they will process that in a RNOCC meeting, which they will give you the initial height, NOC. If you're not satisfied with that height, then we need to review, appeal this particular height by giving technical justification as to why this height is required, and then approach the chairman appellate committee at New Delhi. The chairman appellate committee constitutes of 4 members. One is the joint secretary from civil aviation, the member ANS from Airport Authority of India, a joint director from DGCA, and a member technical expert who can guide them in understanding the various technical aspects of granting the height. As we are constrained in time, I'll just show you the image and what. We go to next. This is the go back. Is this one? Yeah. So this is just like what a CCZM looks. That is the color-coded zoning map by Airport Authority of India, where you can identify by going on the website and checking what height you are eligible. That will be the basic height. From there, you can then approach AI for a next higher height, and then the next higher height from the appellate committee. So that is the process. So this is how it looks and how the whole this is of Mumbai city. We have the runway 27, we have the runway 14. The red lines, they are the takeoff climb and approach surface, which you usually call it the funnel. The buildings that are coming in those have a different calculation, and they have a very set calculation. You cannot get any review or any further height if you fall in that particular zone. And that is where the most of the redevelopment has been affected. So this is just an idea for you to understand where and how this whole funnel system looks. This is the Jew runway. It does have some limitations on the height granted in Mumbai city. This is another visual of the Jew runway, which is not active and only been used for helicopter operations of the ONGC. This is just an image for you for your information. So this is what has affected Mumbai from the last June 2021. This GSR came out in December 17, 2020, and even AI did not realize that there was a rule which would affect the development in these two particular areas, that is the Jew and Daisar. Daisar is a receiving station of a high frequency this for overflying aircraft, and Jew is the transmitting station. So within Daisar, there's a 2,000 6 kilometers radius, whereas in Jew it is a 2 kilometer radius, which has affected the development in this area, and that is why you see even this area has been affected because of this new restriction being imposed. So basically this just tells you what are the different surfaces. Aerodrome is a design which goes up to 20 kilometers from the airport reference point. Anything in that 20 kilometers, we need an NOC from Airport Authority of India, and these are the different surfaces. These are surfaces which affect based on which there are some calculations. The surface is the airport design. Then you have the CNS, which is the communication navigation systems, and you have the PANZOP, which all these factors determine on how the height is granted, not only in Mumbai but other parts of the country. So I think we have given you a general view and a basic idea of how the NOCs for civil aviation is granted for the city of Mumbai. We'll be more than happy to take any questions, and Captain Tushar is here to an expert in the subject matter who will take these questions.
Can you give him the mic, please?
If the building is above certain height, like 300 meter or more, um, anywhere in Bombay, even outside, maybe in South Bombay, does it still need any permission from civil aviation? What is the maximum height?
20 kilometers from the airport. Hear me out, please. From the airport, within a 20-kilometer radius, any structure which is built does need a NOC. Now, the height depends on the distance from the runway, and there are certain calculations which are taken into consideration with a specific plot. For that specific coordinates, the height is ascertained and granted to you.
Good afternoon. I represent MCHI colony, which is at Vinoba Bhave Nagar. It's a Mahada Gazette layout, 15,000 square meter plot. So the only concern where we are facing height restriction, the same question, somewhat a similar question. But there's some height restriction for the funnel zones is being considered. So if you can just enlighten us, state government has moved to the Central Aviation Ministry regarding the development of funnel zones. So is there any GR expected to be ruled out in near future?
First of all, understand one thing, that all these height restrictions are governed by the international norms. Whatever norms or rules are drafted within our country, we are following that from ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, is the recommending body. These rules are common throughout most of the countries in the world, and India is one of their members. So these rules are exactly in line with ICAO. India cannot have any special or separate set of rules. So whatever rules are there prevailing as of today will remain the same unless there are changes in the ICAO norms, which are not expected very soon, or there is nothing lined up as such as of now.
I have been following up on this since last 1.5 years, and exactly the way development happened in New York and London. For example, in London there's a Heathrow airport, or in US there's a New York airport, and there's JFK airport outside the city. So now in Mumbai we are very soon the Panvel airport will be up and functional. So I've been and at Mumbai airport there are 7 runways, out of which only 4 are functional and the rest of the 3 are service runways. So
I'm sorry, first of all, this is wrong information which you have.
Okay.
There are 4 runways in Mumbai and all the 4 are working. There are no 7 runways.
Those
There are
are the
only
3
4 runways.
service runways that are.
There is nothing called as a service runway in the whole manual.
Okay.
There is nothing called as a service
Thanks.
runway. It's either a runway or it's a taxiway. And taxiway is not a runway. So there are 4 runways, all the 4 are functioning. There is no service runway.
So is it with the new coming airport, will there be some hype? Because there was a news in Hindustan Times that Andheri, DN Nagar, there are 400 societies to be redeveloped. They will get a higher FSI once the Panvel airport is up and running.
Panvel airport has got nothing to do with the DN Nagar society. DN Nagar area is restricted due to the high frequency transmitter, as Captain Deviprasad Shetty mentioned in the presentation. Once that limitation goes off, the development in and around DN Nagar it could come back to the normalcy like how it was prior to December 2020. They will get back the height which was given prior. Panvel airport has got nothing to do with it.
Thanks for adding to my knowledge. Thanks for your wonderful.
And one more thing, MIG colony does not come in the funnel. Bandra MIG colony, correct?
No, sir, I am talking about Kurla West, Vinoba Bhave Nagar.
Okay, yeah. So we'll have to check that. It could be in the funnel. We have to check the exact location.
I'll individually get in touch with you if you are.
Done. No
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I am from Daisar. My building have got the NOC of 56 meter, but my building nearby, another building is there around 30 meter. It is up to 22 floors. So can I get, by taking gap help, I can get
the shielding benefit. That's what you're trying to ask.
Yeah, it is nearby and it is covering my building whole because it has four wing. So even I am going up to 70 meter, I am not going above that building. So can I get from 56 to 70 meter if I approach to Delhi?
Okay. So, first of all, shielding benefit is not available on any man-made structure. It is available only on natural terrain, like a hill or something like that. Even if a structure which is taller in front of you, you will not get that benefit. So there is no possibility of you going for an appeal and getting that height.
But-
I do understand that there is
Yeah.
a building which is taller.
Even I go up to 70 meter, I am not instruction any radar waves.
Sir, I do understand. What you're saying is correct. That permission must have been given prior to this rule, maybe. So that building is already constructed. Now with the new rule coming in, they cannot give that permission or that height to all other buildings within that vicinity, or else it will form a cluster. Hence, you will not get that higher height. You will get the height as per the prevailing rule only. Even in spite that building is much more taller, and you are right behind.
Yeah.
But they will not give you the higher height, sir.
Okay. And so is there any chances of that radar we are getting from the news that it is going for Gorai or somewhere there?
They are trying. So the state government is working in tandem with the central government, and they are trying to displace the Ju and the Daisar equipment. Talks are in process, and it's up to the government. Basically, these talks are a part of the government process.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait till something concrete comes out of. We can't comment on that. But they are 100% trying to displace it and put it far away so that these restrictions are eased off and development can start soon.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Check. Do we have any? I think this could be the last question. Yes? Thank you.
Sir, we are in a funnel road. What is the benefit of the new act that is coming now?
So, there is a regulation which has come up from from MCGM called 3326, and I think the next session is going to cover that part in more detail.
26 has been introduced, but the details will be presented by a BMC person who is a deputy chief engineer.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, may I request you to kindly stay back, please, because we would just like to felicitate you all as a token of appreciation for joining us. Thank you so much. Please take center stage back here. And may I request Mr. Sandeep Isore to kindly join us on stage to do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a big round of applause for Captain Deviprasad Shetty and Captain Tushar Dalal from Airodynamiks. Thank you so much for joining us and for such a wonderful, informative session. Obviously, if our society members have other issues which they wish to discuss, you can have a one-on-one session with them as well. Feel free to connect with them once they're done with their stage parts. And I'm requesting all the society members, if you are at different developer booths, please join us for this power-packed panel discussion because we have some really big names from the Mumbai real estate fraternity joining us for this panel discussion.